Our world is in a wild state of flux right now. We're facing these huge, monumental challenges, from inequality to how fast our cities are growing. So today, we're going to dig into the massive forces that are completely reshaping our economies and societies. And we'll explore the critical choices we all have to make to build a world of tomorrow.
Wow, that's a heck of a way to start, right? That really sets the stage. We're not talking about small tweaks here. This is a fundamental, deep-down shift in how we do everything. So what exactly is this fourth industrial revolution?
All right, let's get into it. And let's be clear, this is not just about cool new phones or gadgets. Think about it. The last revolutions gave us steam power, electricity, factories. This is a whole new ballgame. It is literally rewriting the economic rulebook. What's so different this time is just how huge it is. It's this incredible fusion of technologies. You've got AI, robotics, big data, all merging together. And it's not just hitting one industry. It's impacting healthcare, finance. It's creating business models we couldn't have even dreamed of 10 years ago. It's like a wave washing over the entire economy all at once. So this brings us to a huge fork in the road, the real heart of the debate: artificial intelligence and automation. Depending on who you ask, it's either going to be our savior, solving our biggest problems, or it's going to trigger a massive unemployment crisis. Let's look at the threat side of things first. And listen, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie plot. Self-driving trucks are already out there on the roads. In the US alone, that puts about 3.5 million driving jobs at risk. It's a very real, very immediate example of the kind of disruption we're talking about. And if you think that's a big number, just wait. The scale of this is, well, it's staggering. We're not just talking about truck drivers. Researchers at Oxford University figure that nearly half of all jobs in the US could be automated. That's 1 out of every 2 jobs, potentially 60 million people. And don't for a second think this is just about routine blue-collar work. As author Martin Ford says, this wave is coming for white-collar jobs, for knowledge workers, even for creative roles. Basically, if you sit in front of a computer doing work that's kind of predictable, you're vulnerable. Okay, so that's pretty bleak, I know. It's a sobering thought. But hold on, because that dystopian vision, it's only half the picture. There is another incredibly optimistic side to this whole revolution. Let's flip the script and look at something like healthcare. AI is already becoming this unbelievably powerful tool. There's an AI system that can diagnose melanoma, a skin cancer, with 95% accuracy. That's better than even expert dermatologists. Now, this isn't about replacing doctors. It's about giving them a super-powered assistant. And that's really the big idea here. The last revolutions gave us machines to boost our physical strength, right? This one is all about machines boosting our brain power. Just imagine every professional, every doctor, every scientist, every engineer having a personal cognitive assistant. We could solve the world's most complex problems, from curing diseases to developing new medicines, faster than ever. So, while all this tech stuff is happening, there's another revolution going on at the exact same time: urbanization. For the first time in human history, most of us live in cities. And just like with automation, our cities are staring down 2 very different futures: total chaos or incredible connection. To really understand the chaos side of this, just listen to this commuter from Lagos, Nigeria. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It puts a human face on what happens when a city grows too fast. When the infrastructure can't keep up, it doesn't just create traffic jams. It literally robs people of their time, their productivity, their chance to see their own families. And that commuter's story, sadly, is not unique. Not by a long shot. It's part of a massive global crisis. Over 860 million people around the world live in slums, often without basic things like clean water or sanitation. This is the real human cost when a city's growth just spirals out of control. And in a place like Lagos, you can literally see these 2 futures playing out side by side. On one side, you have Makoko, this incredible floating community built by the people who live there, from the ground up. And on the other, Eco Atlantic, a giant, top-down, multi-billion-dollar luxury development. The question is, which path do we take? Do we empower communities or build shiny new cities from scratch? So with all these problems, you gotta ask, why do people still flock to cities? Because for all their flaws, they're the engines of human progress. They're these incredible melting pots that bring diverse people and wild ideas together, creating opportunities for growth and innovation that you just don't find anywhere else. Okay, but to really get the most out of our cities, out of our economies, we need everyone on the field, all the talent we can possibly get. And that brings us to a huge, often overlooked barrier, the gender gap. And this isn't just about fairness, it's one of the biggest economic opportunities of our lifetime. I want you to just take a second and look at that number, $26 trillion. That's what a McKinsey study found could be added to the global economy if we just close the economic gender gap. I mean, leaving that much value on the table is it's just bad business. But despite that massive potential, when you look at who's actually calling the shots, women are still drastically underrepresented. It doesn't matter if you're looking at corporate boardrooms or the halls of government, the people making the biggest decisions simply don't reflect the population they serve. That glass ceiling is a very real, very thick barrier to progress. So what's really holding women back? As former State Department official Anne-Marie Slaughter puts so powerfully, it is not a lack of ambition. The problem is that our workplaces are built in a way that forces an impossible choice between a high-powered career and caring for your family. It's like we're asking people to run a marathon, but making half of them carry a backpack full of rocks. It sounds like a huge problem, right? But there's a blueprint. We can look at the Nordic countries. They figured out a path. They invest heavily in paid parental leave for both parents. And, this is the crucial part, they create real incentives for fathers to actually take that leave. This isn't just about a new policy, it's a culture shift that says caregiving is a shared responsibility. So let's recap. We've got AI that can make us all smarter, we've got cities that can be these incredible innovation engines, and we have this massive, untapped well of human talent just waiting to be unleashed. The tools we need to build a better future, they're right here, right in front of us. Look, this next revolution, it's not up for debate. It's not something we can vote on or just ignore and hope it goes away. It is happening. So the real question for every single one of us is this: are we going to actively shape this future, or are we just going to let it happen to us? And really, that's what this all boils down to. The potential is absolutely extraordinary. A world without dangerous or mind-numbingly boring jobs, a world where our collective intelligence is amplified beyond our wildest dreams. But, and this is the big but, it is not going to happen on its own. It's on us to adapt, to make conscious, deliberate choices starting right now to build the economy of tomorrow.